All right, good morning, folks. So, Lord, the truth about the corruption, the police, and how bad it is. It is as if housing development and all this stuff. It's all true, folks. And I've tried to explain to you, folks, that movies are real. Most of the movies that we do come from real life situations. So, is it that bad in Indiana? Yes, it is. Are people dying? Yes. Innocent people? Yes. So that's my testimony to the Lord. I wash my hands of everything. It has nothing to do with me anymore. Stop harassing me. Stop trying to shake me down for money. I'm poor. Just because I have a famous name don't mean I'm rich. Of course, we'll be going after everybody on this. Uh, Good morning, Ricky. And you know what? America got what it deserved, and there's more to come. And the just that was unjust are now finally getting justice, right? Scammy scams. That's what this country is all about, is the scammers. Same thing with the YouTubers. These guys got themselves so much in a pickle. They're calling the police. They're making fake reports. We all know what's going on in America, folks, right? Their little secret society, their little brotherhood and all that has finally been figured out. It's been all over the news here that if the Indiana militia came out and said if the police need help, the Indiana militia will help. Well, why would the police need help for anything unless they're guilty and that corrupt? Right? But hey, we're going to take on that offer with the Indiana militia and the Indiana police in their towns, even the state. We'll take that on. So all these militias, let's all team together and get rid of this massive evil corruption in Indiana. Let's take on their offer that they want to go ahead and they want to take on the federal government and the military in Indiana. Right? That's what they want to do. That's what they're doing. They're pushing for a war. They got plenty of anthrax and rice in that. There's good old boys down there have been cooking up these militias and everything else that they have around here. So the offer stands. If there's any of you militias in these other states and police that want to take on the Indiana corporation, the corruption, the state police and their militia, let us know. And hey, I'll make sure we move people out of that area if you guys are going to start this war. Nobody started it but Indiana, right? If you don't go along with the program, they'll kill you. Very racist, very, very bad. Within the housing development, Landmark's been all over the news. Landmark housing, Landmark nursing homes that they run, all this crap. We've called the police. We've got no response. It's corrupt. And ladies and gentlemen, Indiana is the next target for these people to destroy our lives, right? But what's funny is they don't even own LaGrange, Indiana no more because Michigan actually owns 30 miles into Indiana. I guess when the old timers were doing the geographical measuring of the state back then, they weren't too accurate. But now the satellite systems that we have and everything measured everything out, and actually Michigan owns uh, Indiana. So we're going to be bringing our Michigan boys down here. We're going to be patrolling this area in Michigan. I have seen a couple Michigan police cars out here. So I imagine it's going to be a war, right? I imagine they're so racist. It's unreal. It's not. They're not racist. They're just corrupt. So, how do we go about? Good morning, Kiki Man. How do we go about suing a state and a complete police force in Indiana? It's never been done before, from what Mr. Trump said. And Trump's pretty pissed too because they plastered his name all over this shit, right? People are like, we got proof, right? That might be why Trump's being charged again with more crimes, right? Political warfare against its own people. Nazism is what I said. But now most of the professionals are coming around going, that's what it is, probably. It's that corrupt. Now, there is rumors that some guy, John, has something to do with it down there. Jack or John, I don't know. It's probably the Osborns, right? Ain't Jack on the police force out here in Indiana? I think so. I think so. Right? I'll tell you what, that vampire from England, that vampire that they've sent over here from London or England, is just tearing the shit out of America. Right? That's too bad, Uncle Ted. It's really too bad how we're suffering from, our children are coming up in this ever since we let this England, London people come over here. The past couple of years with Prince Harry and all this crap and everything. Have you noticed that this child kidnapping crap has gotten even worse? Why? Because they had a big problem in London and England or whatever with kiddie porn or kids being abused or kidnapped or whatever. And by golly, God dang it, ain't it over here in the great state of America or country of America. But this ain't over yet, folks. I imagine they want eye for an eye. I guess the police been killing people that got disabilities and crazy people or what. Yeah. I imagine these people, the other side will want eye for an eye. Right? They're actually on YouTube now telling people to kill cops. Right? If you're going to jail for something stupid or whatever, child molesting or whatever, they're saying kill a cop. Kill a cop. From what the prisoners are saying, you kill a cop and you're scot-free no matter what. You'd be treated like a king in prison, supposedly. So I can imagine how they let this get way out of hand. The trespassing is unbelievable. The witchery, the sorcery here in this little town is unbelievable. I had a great tan a couple days ago. I woke up whiter than a ghost. Now some bimbos walking around here tanner than tan. I think we pretty much figured it out in Indiana and the churches in Indiana. And yeah, vampires are real. The evil is real. And I can't wait for this war to break out. Oh, I want to thank the Bidens for releasing all these drug cartels names, all these bitches, hoes, boats, all the people in Indiana. I want to thank Biden and his son for ratting these people out. They're corrupter than shit, folks. We want to thank yous for finding out about Biden. And thank Biden for spilling the beans on how bad the corruption is in America and who the cartel was and who the hoes were. And I got a few of them around here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going into war in our own country, I guess, against the state of Indiana. Militias and police on outside surrounding states. Start making your advancements into Indiana. It's going to be a great war, and I'm glad they did. I'm glad this is happening finally. Finally, right? So they went ahead and killed a retarded person out here. So I imagine the police are going to have to pay for that, an eye for an eye. That's how this whole thing works. Right? The police take one of theirs, and then they take one of their police or 20 other police or whatever. I don't know. They'll make it look like an accident or something. But the corruption runs deep within the Brotherhood. I need state protection, or not state, government, federal government protection against these people. And I also need a security team out here loaded to the gill with the best armor they can get. The best everything. And this ain't a movie. This is the truth. This is the truth, folks. This is what's going to be happening. God bless America. And we want to bring up charges against these people. And a lot of people here want to bring up charges against this whole thing, this whole crap that's going on. You know, I keep getting harassed for it. People keep banging on my door, asking, complaining about what's going on and everything. I don't work here. Sorry, folks. Right? I don't work here. So if you want to complain, my best thing would be to call the police and complain. If you're being mistreated bad or whatever. Right? Call the police. But if they're corrupt, which everyone has been told they're corrupt out here. They even told me that. Well, I guess Indiana got themselves into a pickle. Right? I think they got themselves into a pickle. Corruption is deep. So I think we are onto something here. Vampires, maybe. But we are going to retake control of Indiana from this corruption cult, this evil church cult. Now, they are looking for somebody named Spiker and Smith, or Spiker or something like that, or I don't know. Right? Drugs or something like that, prostitution or something they were saying. I know they took a couple guys out of here with that last name, or was dating one of them, one of the Spikers or whatever their names are. So war is on in America, folks. Yes, Kiki man, go get your teeth fixed. At least you got teeth. You're lucky to be alive, Kiki man. Lucky to be alive in this world. But thanks, Kiki man, for stopping in. Ricky Compton, thanks for stopping in. And yeah, our new organization is starting up. The Citizens Police. They will be watching state police, town police, county police. And Mr. Trump and Mr. Biden, federal government, CIA, Homeland Security, we need the best of protection out here against this corrupted tyrant, thugs in boots. If you can supply us with the weaponry we need, the money, we'll get this job done in America, right? The people, right, Mr. Trump, if you want the people to uprise, then reassure us that there will be no repercussions, no jail time or nothing. And we will take back Indiana, whether millions die or whatever, but we will get the job done, Mr. President. And that goes for any sitting president. We are not voting for David Duke, which a lot of people love David Duke out here, but I don't know why. I never even heard that dude before. But I guess he runs the KKK or something like that, or racial group there, police and stuff. So we now know that America is going into a war within its own country. Amen to that. It's about time. Now, everyone go home and get ready and prepared for a war within our own United States. That's what's going to be happening from what the professionals are saying. So let's do this. Let's get it done. I'm supporting them. I'll vote for them. Get them in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have proven time and time again that this country is corrupt. The only way to clean this country is get rid of the corrupt people. They were warned. America was warned. Mr. Trump even warned you folks. Right on TV. You're corrupter than shit. You've been killing behind a badge for way too long. So the war is going on. I watched a couple prison videos yesterday, and they're saying kill some cops, you'll be treated like a king. And it's no wonder we're dealing with this madness in this country. It's crazy. Complete craziness. So, you folks, stay safe. And this is the perfect time for America to regather together and create the citizens' police. You understand? They work for the citizens. They don't work for the mayor. They don't work for the county. They don't work for the state. They work for the citizens. And that's it. That's it. They don't take orders from police. They don't take orders from militias. And Indiana did it to themselves by putting this stuff out on the news. That the Indiana militia came forward and said if the Indiana police need help, that they will fight in this war or whatever. That's how corrupt Indiana is, folks. When you got a militia back in the police, right? It's time to clean Indiana. You know, my family was from Indiana, down south. Many moons ago, that's why I moved down here. I come to get what's mine, Indiana. There is definitely more than corn in Indiana. So, Mr. President, I have found the axis of evil. They're right around me. You just give me the okay. FBI, call me. CIA, Homeland Security, call me. Give me a call. We found it. I found it. It's right here. If you want me to open it, the can of whoop ass on these people, just let me know. You got my number. I know the FBI's got my number. I know the Pentagon and the White House has my number. I've called them numerous times. And that's the truth. So let's get this shit rolling. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it up. Anyone with a tattoo will be picked up first. Annihilated. It's going to make a great movie, but also we will be recording it for our movie. So, folks, take everything from these people and leave them nothing, just like they did to us poor and weak people. It's going to make a great movie. Once again, police, stop harassing me. housing development, stop harassing me before I bring lawsuits against you. And then we'll take it to the streets if you want. Quit threatening me. Quit hacking my computer. And quit your shit, you corrupt pricks. You killed that disabled person. You understand? I had to clean up the blood. Now you folks, I'm tired of this blood-stained floors and buildings and everything. Tired of cleaning it all up. You folks clean up your own blood. Indiana, you clean up your own blood. I ain't cleaning it up for you no more. All right, folks. Have a great day. Be safe. And remember, I ain't cleaning up your mistakes, Indiana. And you made way too many of them. So, you folks have a great day. I imagine these people want retaliation against all branches, everyone that had a hand in that, at the landmark development place or whatever it was, where that guy tried killing himself or whatever, or did kill himself or whatever, mental disabled person. But you folks like to call them retards. Well, that's what you folks call them. I'll tell you what, Indiana. I'll tell you what, America. That's how you treat your weak and sick and your mental health people. It's no wonder they want to kill every one of you in Indiana. It's no wonder that chemicals will be released in Indiana by these corrupt people. They're very evil. Even Mr. Trump said vicious people. They are. It's a big racket. It's a big ring. They are cops. They hit it right on the button. They couldn't figure out how these people were getting away with this. When you got a police force in your pocket, that's how they kill people. Were them cops? No, they weren't even cops. They weren't even real cops. They were dressed up in uniforms with a police car that they bought off Amazon. And they killed people. There's the truth. All right, folks, hunker down. We're going to be moving up farther north, probably. I was going to move down south, but it's just too crazy down south. Plus, they're tapped into the power grid here, so they'll shut down the whole south side of the whole south of Indiana. So they're tapped right into it, and that's warfare. How do you conquer a state? Well, for one, you knock out everything. Electronics and you knock out the power. Now they got no way to communicate. Now they got no way to see at night, right? Everything is going as planned. They're knocking out everything, and it ain't me. It's Indiana picked a fight with a whole bunch of other states and the government, right? So I don't know what to tell you, right? These guys are so good. They tapped into the power and they're shutting power down. They'll shut this whole sector down. I've warned America. These guys are in America. They're not leaving. They ain't coming off America, Mr. Trump, Mr. Biden, Congress, Senate. They just ain't coming off America. They got America by the throat. And I told them, don't you let go till they bleed. It's like a song. Don't let go till they bleed, baby. And they bled. And we still ain't letting go. All right, folks. My job is done here. Now, once again, I do not work for any of these idiots. I live here in this little town. I've been abused just like the rest of you. We've called the police. They've done nothing. We got proof of it and footage. Then they got enough balls to tell you, well, people should have called the police. Well, they did. If you don't know what corruption is within the brotherhood, then you know. If your name is on that list, you call the police. There ain't nobody coming. Okay? This has all been on the news, folks, for many years. You should have known that. That's why we've started up. That's why that guy stole that $260 trillion, is to create a new police force and a military and everything we need for the citizens. Not no state, not no county, not no corrupt government. Hasta la vista, babies. That's pretty much all I can say. My hands are washed of all this mess. Indiana, you done yourselves in. I'm washing my hands like Pontius Pilate of this madness. I know one thing, they didn't have to hurt that disabled person out there. They just didn't have to do that. But they did it because they're corrupt and evil. Right? I don't know. No, you have a great day. We are shooting here. Indiana, don't tell me ever to call the police. I don't have to do shit. You understand? I'm filming out here. I'm making my own movie, my own documentary. Don't tell me, oh, you should have called them. I don't have to call nobody. Why? So you can go ahead and try and scam me out of some money or shake me down for a couple bucks? Go eat shit. I'll film in this great country wherever I want. Whenever I want. I'm tired of you threatening me, police. Stop abusing people. Stop shaking me down. Quit harassing me, scamming me. And keep your effing fingers out of my federal government checking account. Bunch of pricks. No, the war has begun in America, folks. Keep your children at home and your wives at home and your girlfriends at home. Most of these cops have been caught banging 6, 7, 8 women and putting out prostitute women working for them. It's so disgusting. We should have nuked this country a long time ago and got it over and done with. All right, folks, have a great morning. I got things to do today. Son of a bitches, you can't even leave your apartment. You're afraid to leave your apartment because people come in and they spray shit all over the fucking place. Bunch of sick pricks. So, you folks have a great day. I don't blame you folks for going to war against Indiana and their militia and the police departments. People have had enough of it. I've had enough of it. I'm washing my hands of it. You folks do what you want down there in Indiana, down south or whatever, your little brotherhood or whatever it is. Do what you may, right? Do whatever you folks feel like you're going to do. But I've seen enough to testify to the Lord that Satan is running the whole show, and you got to clean it. And if it takes losing millions and hundreds of thousands of millions of people to clean the madness off of this earth, then that's what, folks. You got to do what you got to do. So, if anything happens to me, folks, please investigate the housing developments, the police in Indiana, and the corruption. Right? Hell, you can't trust anybody right now. You even gotta. It's unreal. Now, you folks have a good morning. Once again, stop harassing me. Last warning, Stop stealing from me. Stop coming into my apartment. Stop spraying shit. Stop doing whatever you folks are doing. Because I don't think these folks realize how close we are to actually a full-blown chemical warfare going on in Indiana. And here we are, innocent civilians, innocent, law-abiding civilians, stuck in the middle of this madness. Yeah, I imagine Indiana's going to be sued. Housing developments, police departments. Uh, it's a war. Indiana called for a war, and a war is what they will get, I guess, from what everyone's saying. They're going to stomp the shit out of Indiana. No, you folks have a great day. Be safe. Stay in your apartments. Stay home. If you go out, bring weapons. Carry weapons. Indiana is stand your ground law. You don't need any concealed carry permits. We finally have taken back America and the cities in the country. God bless.